Los Angeles Rams. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw on 2nd down is gone. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Gone. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Goff now looking to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st and 10, Finley eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or, even worse, an interception.
Detroit!
Looking to throw on second down. Finley flushed out right. Open man right side is Shark. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was incomplete.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stumped the run. I just wondered if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a first.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Super one! Super one! Here we go, sit on! Black 20! 76, tell him. 76. 76. Here we go, fellas, here we go.
Out of the gun, gone. Going for the deep ball. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Finley. Sharks got it, left side. And he coughed it up. And the Rams have got it back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles. The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And they'll run it here. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Finley. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. Finley. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the 1st half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first down carry by Jones. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try the air now with Goff. Escaping the pressure right. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Now Leonard Fournette. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over, over, over! Over, over! No. Check! Patriot! Patriot!
A handoff to Fournette. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A final shot before break. Finley. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
From the gun, Finley. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third and 11. Off the play fake. Finley. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 39 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
No. Jack, Patriot.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Detroit!
Again, it's Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Leopard!
On third down, Fournette. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will make our score 9-0. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And with flags down, he's up near the 40. But it looks like this one might be coming back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on 2nd down, Finley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Detroit!
Operating from the gun, Finley. Moncrief brings it in. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Goff. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught at the 25. A huge play that time for the Rams. 54 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The Rams on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On the give, this is their throwback. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. And Zerline's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, Finley. They'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the pit.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run it here. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Goff now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Gone. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right. Come on now.
Here's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
He'll get it up the middle and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play. And
my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.